Hello YouTube, welcome back to a new video. Actorious here, and today I'm going to be making a video on gear and gBay, which is the market in Pixel Starship. So first off, thank you to Luke for your comment. I really appreciate this support. Thank you for using my code. If you also want to do this, viewer, just go up here to the bank and then click on this icon next to the doves where it says enter creator code. Just type in my name, Actorious, press submit. And there you go, all purchases for the next 30 days will now contribute to supporting me. If you do use my code but it's been more than 30 days since you last used it, please remember to re-enter it or otherwise your purchase won't support me. So, number one, to actually access the market, you need to do a research in the lab. The first one you need ship level 3 to get, the second you need ship level 5 and then you need ship level 7. And each time you research it, it will let you upload more than one item at a time. So how the market works is you click on the chat in the top right and then you click market up here and you can see the market here. You can filter things by currency, so mineral, gas, Starbucks, or users or my listings, so you can see only the listings you have active. Or you can also filter by rarity and type, so head, body, legs, weapon, accessory, peg, gas, mineral, blah blah blah. So you can find exactly the item you want. You also can use the search function up here and type in an item name, for instance the No Scope 360, and then you can see all the No Scope 360s being sold. However, let's say I'm looking at this No Scope 360 here and I'm wondering, plus 5.3 weapon, 4,500, is that a fair price? So to check that, if you just come on over to pixieship.com/items, you can see all of these different items here, and you can actually click an item, and then once you've clicked it, it will bring you onto this page where you can view it, and it will show you how you make it. So you make it with 6 silicon fragments, tells you what the value of it is. You can see a graph here of it being sold, and you can also go here to craft tree, so you can see what is needed to craft it, and you can also see what you can make with it. So for instance, you can make a sandbag with it, it's with 6 silicon, and then you can upgrade that to bricks, heavy shield, blah blah blah. But if we go back to pixieship.com/items and we type in no scope, you can see the no scope comes up here. And now here you've got market history, so this shows you the price. Someone paid 9,000 back here for one. And what you can do is you can go to last player sales, you go here to off stat, put in weapon, and then you can see down here plus 5.4 weapon, someone paid 3,800, plus 5.8, someone paid 3,800, plus 4.8, someone paid 2,800. And now if we go back to here, this person who's asking for 4,500 for plus 5.3 weapon, we can see that that's not too good of a price compared to what you can get it for. This is 5.8 weapon for 3,800, this is only 5.3 and they're asking 4,500. Obviously there is variability, but this shows that you can get it better, so it may be worth waiting or searching for a better price. So for instance, this one with 4.9 is 37.50. And you can look at historical sales. This one for 4.8 went for 2,800, so maybe that's not the best price. It also could be because if these players are in a fleet together, they may give each other slightly discounted prices. But if you're ever unsure about something, I'd recommend asking your fleet mates who are more experienced than you. They'll be able to give you good advice and say, hey, you should probably sell it for this, not this, reduce the price over time by $100 each day, and then see what that gets you. Discord servers for different fleets in Discord often have channels dedicated to doing this, where people can post their rolls. People will say, hey, this isn't too good of a value, you should sell it for about this. So if in doubt, ask fleet mates. Now then, do note that whenever you sell something on the market, you are subject to a 20% tax, and when you press sell, you can see the tax that's going to be applied to you. However, this tax is reduced if you've purchased the subscription. When you purchase the subscription in-game, your market tax is reduced by 5%, and you also get 1 extra market sales slot. Now that we've looked at how to buy these and how to figure out what's a fair price, how do you actually get these items yourself? Now, to get these different heroic items, the way I would recommend doing this is going here to the shop. So there's a few different ones, there's the Robo Trade, there's the Criterion one, there's the Grey one. But basically here you'll be able to spend your void particles and so on items like these. So you can see here you can get a Brug Prioritizer, and that will give you a bonus roll. So if I buy this strong rover so I can recycle it as an example, you can see I just go along to it, I click recycle, move this slider, and then I get 2 unique Stardust. And I'm able to use that Stardust to craft new items. So for instance, I can get a Memory Eraser for training, I can get a Wonders Guide to the Galaxy, the Love Renovation Kit, which gives you That skin you can see up there on my captain at the top of captain's quarters on the top of my room, the pink EMP cannon, I'll show you that in a second, or other items like this. So you can see here my EMP cannon, I've also got this skin, whereas normally it looks like this. And once you have crafted items like these, you can either keep them on your ship to use as your crew. So for instance, this Quaternion beacon, which I got a double roll on, I keep this on my ship, and that's partly because I need it for my Galactic Alchemist, but it's also because it's contraband. And you can see here, if this item has this red text down at the bottom, you can't trade it in the market. That's something to keep in mind when crafting items. You need to think, can I actually use this on my ship? Now, how about defensive items to stop damage being done to your ship? So, if you go out to the galaxy, you'll be able to find different missions. So for instance, up here at Gliese 1, there are some different silicon mining missions. You can do these. Now, to do these mining missions, you need to visit Sirius down here, where you can get some mining drones. And then from there, if you look on the right here, you'll be able to see where there are different mining missions. You'll be able to get silicon fragments and silicon. Now what you want to do with these is silicon fragments, you just want to upgrade these all into silicon. And for your silicon, you're going to go along to the 10th item, which is Sandbags. You upgrade these into Sandbags, and then you scroll along to the right, you'll see your Sandbags here. You upgrade these into bricks, and then once you've got bricks, you upgrade these into concrete barriers. And then once you've got concrete barriers, you can upgrade these into steel barriers. And then once you've got them to steel barriers, that's the highest it's going to go. And you just place these down along your ship. If you want to get a higher tier defense item, if you go into the Dove store by clicking up here on the left of the Nexus rewards icon, you can also here get the Sonic Sprinkler. And this is a pretty good item, and it gives you plus 100 fire resistance. Do note that you are limited with how many you can get of these. I believe it is 5. Yep, 5, you can only get 5. And then after that, the next best is Pneumatic Sprinkler, which only gives you 80 as opposed to 100. All of these different items, you can craft these all using iron, silicon, gold, titanium, blah blah blah. I would recommend looking at Pixie Ship for the specific item you want. The items I specifically recommend are these advanced sentry turrets. They offer both defense against boarders and also health. Sprinklers, that really helps when you're fighting Galactic Alchemists or Scarlet Missiles. Mines, I'm not a big fan of because of the collateral damage they can cause to crews, while as these sentry turrets don't do that. Obviously these HP items like the steel barriers are great. You also can use cryo mines, they have the potential for collateral damage but it's not as high. Whether you're putting HP or fire protection items in your vulnerable rooms is going to depend on how much armor you can give them. Whether you want to be trying to prevent people from focus firing or preventing them from fire locking your room, stuff like that. Now, if you want to determine what gear you want to add to your different crew, I'd recommend coming here to Pixel Prestige, and then go onto this crew list here, and find the crew you want. So for instance, you Luke, you said that you had an Arson Force, so let's say you were using a Galactic Alchemist, you can come onto here to the Galactic Alchemist crew page and press Edit Loadout. And now from here, you can put in the items you want to use. So for instance, let's say a Trooper Draconian helmet, and let's also say a Quaternion beacon. And here you can experiment with the different roles you can get on these different items, and see how they will affect your final crew. And here you can see what crew you would get at the end with different gear choices, and you can swap out these gear choices, compare how each gear choice affects your final result, and from there you can choose the best loadout for your specific crew. I now have a Pixel Starships content creator code. When purchasing items in game, please use the creator code Actorious to support me.